Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday, and so with a new week, I love to start a new vlog. I haven't vlogged in about a week, so last week was pretty crazy. I didn't really get a ton of reading done, but I did finish a very exciting book and a very exciting finish for me and for anybody who's watched the last couple of videos of mine. And I can update you guys on what I've read in November so far and what I'm planning to read and currently reading. But today I am kind of in the mood, I think it's time to take down some of my fall decor. It's like this weird time of year where it's like a week or two into November, and it's like we're right in the dead middle of fall and Christmas, like Halloween and Christmas. And so it's like, I don't know if I'm really ready for my Christmas decorations to be up, but I definitely want to take down like the bats from Halloween and the little like ghosty things over there. And I think it's really just time for all the fall decor to come down. But I'm not sure if I'm like really ready for all of Christmas to be up. So we'll see. I don't really have a ton of Christmas decorations. So it's actually kind of hard because I don't have like many Christmas pillows and blankets and stuff like that, which really cozies up the room and makes it feel decorated and pretty and cozy. And so I really just have like my Christmas tree and then some stuff to put out around. So we'll see, but I just really wanted to start my vlog for this week and update you guys on what I'm currently reading and what I've been reading for November so far, so that we can get this vlog going. Okay, so I lied. I do have Christmas blankets and pillows and stuff like that. So I actually do think that I'm going to take down some of these Halloween decorations and put up some Christmas ones. I forgot. I literally don't even know how I forgot this. I made a Christmas quilt last year. How did I forget that? I spent hours and hours and days making this. And yeah, so I do have Christmas stuff. I have Christmas blankets and quilts and pillows, and these ones are pillowcases, and so I don't know yet if I'm gonna swap out any of my pillows over there. We'll just see once I start putting stuff up, what I end up swapping out. So yeah, we'll see. Also, don't judge my cozy clothes. I am totally in my sweatpants and everything, so don't judge my cozy outfit. Okay guys, so I'm pretty much done decorating for right now. There are like a few things that I still need to get, and then I didn't actually put out my Christmas tree yet, so I'm gonna plan to do that a little bit closer to Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I did get like all of my Christmassy blankets and everything out. So I will show you guys what I have for right now, and then I did have to order a few things to like add to this. Okay, so for this couch I have this Rifle Paper Company Christmas quilt. And right now, this is the pillow and blanket setup, but I actually think I just ordered some red pillowcases for these two brown pillows because these brown pillows look great with my like everyday decorations and even with the fall ones, but I don't love them with the Christmas decor. They just don't really match anything in here. So I'm going to get some like wine red colored pillowcases for these. And then over here we have more pillows and blankets. I actually have two of this like Christmassy blanket. I got it a few years ago, and whatever store I got it from had them on sale for like really cheap, so I grabbed two of them. So I also have this over here. And then this is what I have for Christmas wall art, which I don't really know where I want to put any of this just yet. So I'm kind of just leaving it out. And I actually have command strips on all of them because I like to be able to take them down easily each year and not leave like big holes in the wall. So yeah, this is what we have so far. Hi guys, so I just finished decorating the living room for Christmas and putting all of my fall decorations away. So now I am ready to talk about some books and what I've been reading for November and what I like, how I'm feeling currently. So first and foremost, this was the first book that I read in November. I'm kind of bummed because I've only read 2 books so far in November, and it's already the 11th. And like the last 2 months were really good reading months for me. I read like 10 to 12 books each month, I think. And so to be almost halfway through the month and only read like 2 books is just a little bit slower than I have been, which is kind of a bummer, but I've felt myself kind of slipping into a reading slump a little bit. So I picked up The Boyfriend in the beginning of the month, and I actually loved this one, and I read it so fast, and I feel like it was honestly just a mediocre thriller mystery, but it was like the perfect book at the perfect time. And so it was exactly what I needed. It was very quick. It was thrilling. It caught my attention. It had my attention the whole time, beginning to end. And it really had me like not wanting to put this book down. And so this was like the perfect book for the perfect time. So I would probably say this was a 4-star for me. Because it wasn't like the best thriller I've ever read, but it was definitely up there, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I really liked it. So yeah, that is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. This book actually just came out this month, I think. And then the next book that I read was, a lot of you guys know that I've been in the middle of the Ember and the Ashes series, and so I've been on the final book for the last couple weeks now, and so I read A Sky Beyond the Storm, which was very good and sad because it's the last book in the series, and so that just means that there are no more books in this series for me to read, and so in this book we kind of said goodbye to our characters, and I really, really loved this book. I very, very quickly fell attached to the characters of this series, as I talked about in the last couple of vlogs, that in An Ember in the Ashes, I pretty much immediately loved the characters, and I loved that it was just, I don't know, it was just so good. Like, I don't even know how to explain it's other than just using tropes, and I just feel like they just don't do it justice. Like, this series was honestly so good. I read it so fast, and who knew that this year I would find one of my favorite series, one of my favorite fantasy series, but I did, and I love this series so much. I definitely recommend this series. I honestly could not talk about it enough. I was already like kind of missing the beginning and like wanting to go back and read about Laya all the characters in the beginning of the series and just how they've changed throughout the series and how they've had so much character development. It's just been, I'm really, really sad that this is the last one and that I did finish the series, but of course I can always pick it back up and jump back into the world. But with that being said, by the way, this was a 5-star. And so with that being said, I tried to move on, and I was going to read Air by Sabata here, which is, I almost said the next book in the series. It is technically not in the Ember and the Ashes series, but you should read that series before you read Air because our characters come back a little bit, like, the ones that are remaining from the Ember and the Ashes series. You see, this is about 20 years in the future from the ending of A Sky Beyond the Storm. And they definitely do talk about the characters. You hear kind of what happened after the end of that book. And so this would definitely be a spoiler if you're wanting to read that series or you're in that series. Definitely do not pick up Air until you're done with it, because you'll definitely hear some things that it'll just kind of spoil the ending a little bit. So I definitely finish an Ember and the Ashes series before picking up Air, unless you're just kind of wanting to pick up Air and you're not going to read that series. But I feel like I would highly, highly recommend just reading the whole series, because I just feel like you can't go wrong. The Ember and the Ashes series was just so good. So where I'm at right now is 45 pages into Air, which is not very far, but I mean, it's a decent chunk into the book. And how I'm feeling is that I don't think I'm in the mood for this right now, because I feel like A Sky Beyond the Storm put me in a little bit of a fantasy slump, just in the way that I'm feeling the want to be back in that fantasy world, which I know that this is that fantasy world, but it's with completely different characters. And so like you have to learn to love new characters and meet new characters, and I just feel like I'm not really ready to move on to new characters, if that makes sense. Like, I'm still feeling very much like missing the original characters from the beginning. Like, I found myself reading this and just waiting to see certain characters' names pop up from the previous series. Like, I was literally reading just to hear about them, and I was like, this is just not the time, because I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling this right now. So now I have no clue what I want to read. Now I am so confused and so, like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for fantasy. I don't know if I'm in the mood for romance, mystery, thriller. I literally have no clue. So I'm gonna go stare at my bookshelves for a little bit and see what I am in the mood for, and maybe put this book back for a little bit, and we'll pick it up when I'm in the mood to continue this book. And I'll probably start it fresh from the beginning then, just to make sure that I caught everything, and so yeah, that's an update for now on where I'm at in this month's reading. And I really want to read tonight. It's literally only 5 o'clock and it's like pitch black outside. But I really want to. I have still a really good amount of hours that I can read something. If I really put my mind to it, I could read a whole book tonight. So what I don't want to do is go sit on my phone and not read anything. So yeah. So, and that's what might happen if I don't go in there and pick a book. So yeah, that's what happened this morning. I wanted to sit down and read Air and get like a good amount into the book. And I ended up sitting down and sitting on my phone for like an hour and a half. And then I was like, okay, so apparently I'm literally not excited at all to pick this book up because it felt more like something I had to do than something I wanted to do. So it's definitely time to put this book down and go pick something else. I also have some pretty good books on my Kindle that I could pick. I've got a lot on my Kindle that I have been, getting books here and there, Kindle Unlimited things that I definitely have some good options on here. So we'll just see what I end up picking. Also, my sister got me the most beautiful Kindle case that actually has my name on the front, and it's just so pretty. I cannot get over how beautiful this is. And it has like the auto turn on and shut off screen. So like when you close it, it actually shuts the Kindle off, and then when you open it, it turns it back on, which is so cool. I love it. I love it so much. And I also love it because I throw my Kindle in like all sorts of bags. It's constantly getting tossed in my purse, in a tote bag. And I felt like before I just had that clear case on the back, which I love the clear case, but I felt like it didn't protect the screen at all. And I was worried that my screen was going to get all scratched up from constantly being brought with me places. So I love that this one covers the screen. So yeah, let's go pick a book. Okay guys, so we have a winner. I think I'm going to start Never Lie by Frida McFadden, because since I loved The Boyfriend so much and I really think that I'm still in the mood for a thriller, I just want something really fast paced. So I think I'm going to pick up this book. I'm going to start by listening to the audiobook so that I can clean up my room a little bit, because I cannot relax until the space that I'm in is cleaned and tidied. So I'm going to clean up my room first, and then we're going to start this book. Update. It is now the next morning, and last night I basically read the entire evening, literally until I fell asleep. So I did finish Never Lie. I read that for, honestly, it was a very, very quick read. I had the audiobook, and honestly I had like all the forms of it. I have the physical book. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so I had it on my Kindle. So I started out in the physical book, and then about, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 chapters in, I decided to switch over to my Kindle, and then I read the rest of it on my Kindle, and that was very nice. It was the perfect. I really needed something that was just going to be really quick and capture my attention from start to finish. And I feel like that was the perfect book. That was like the perfect pick for that time. So now I'm currently listening to Christina Lauren's In the Holidays, because I think I'm in the mood for a little bit of like a holiday-ish vibe, but it's not like too holiday-y, if that makes sense. It's like, it definitely takes place around the holidays, but it's not like super focused on Christmas. It's just focused on the holiday season. And so I felt like this would maybe be a fun, quick, it's really short, so a really short little like palate cleanser type book to get me back into hopefully some fantasies next, because I have a long list of some fantasies that I need to get to, and so I really need to jump into some of those and finish those before the end of the year is what I was hoping. But we'll see. I'm not going to force myself to read anything that I'm not wanting to read, so we'll see how that goes. But today, I'm spending a lot of the day with my sister. So I don't know how much time I'll actually have to read throughout the day, but I will definitely keep you guys updated, and then we'll see about later tonight. I also wanted to say really quickly, I think that I've talked about this before in a video, but I'm not positive. But I often make my own cold brew at home instead of like buying cold brew, because I love iced coffee, and I've had people ask me like, how do I make my iced coffee at home? And I used to buy those big like cold brew jugs. They have like Starbucks and all different brands and flavors. Target even made their own brand. I don't think I have one. I've tried it before, but yeah, I don't have one. But they made like a Good and Gather cold brew coffee, and I watched a video one day, and it is so easy to make your own cold brew at home, and that means that it can be whatever flavor you want it to be. It can be whatever coffee grounds, like you put the coffee grounds in yourself, so it just is like foolproof almost. Like it's so easy to make. I got this container off of Amazon for like, I want to say $16 or $17, and it comes with like a little strainer looking, like a long thing that goes inside of it where you put the coffee grounds. And when I tell you, it is so easy. Like I feel like everybody who loves iced coffee should just make their own cold brew at home. It's just so good. And so all I do is I put grounds in that thing, and you don't have to fill it all the way up. You can put grounds like halfway, maybe even 3/4 of the way to the top of the like cylinder thing that goes inside. And then you just fill this with water, and you put it in the fridge for 24 hours. So you just have to be really careful not to let it go too long past 24 hours because it will become very strong. One time I forgot to take the thing out of it for like 48 hours or more, and we had dumped the whole thing out because neither of us could handle how strong the coffee was. But every time I've made it and I've taken the thing out at 24 hours, it is so good. So I just take that out, and then I fill, so usually when you take it out, it's like not full, it'll be like down to here, and then I just fill it the rest of the way with water up to the top, and we love it. Like absolutely love this coffee. I do shake it every time because it settles to the bottom. Like that is just typical for cold brew. This is very normal for it to just settle to the bottom. So if you just shake it up, that goes right away, and you won't have that anymore. So I just shake it before I drink it every time, which honestly you should do with any cold brew that you buy. You should shake it before you do that because all of them settle to the bottom. But yeah, it is literally so easy, and I just wanted to tell you guys because this has become like my favorite way to make iced coffee. I used to make iced lattes a lot, but I just love making cold brews. And then I will buy any creamers to go with it. It's just great. Honestly, I think it's enough with a creamer. So right now we have caramel macchiato, and we have this peppermint mocha, which has been my favorite lately. I love peppermint mocha flavored things. And then sometimes I'll buy like whipped cream to go on top, but we don't often put the whipped cream on top. But I just wanted to show you guys and tell you how easy it is to make your own cold brew at home, and then it really saves me from buying iced coffee out often. Like I know that I can make iced coffee at home just as good as getting it out basically, so it really, really helps me save money and not go out and get coffee all the time, and allowing coffee to just be like a once in a while type thing. But yeah, that's it. change of plans. I did not end up staying home today and reading, but I just had a couple things to do at the bookstore, and now I'm actually running to grab some little things that we need around the house, little like grocery things, stuff like that. So I am at my favorite place. Hi guys, I just got back from grabbing some groceries. I also stopped into one of my local used bookstores because I had a couple books on my want list come in, and so I wanted to show you guys what came in. First we have The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I was excited about this because I actually already read this first one, but I want the whole series eventually, and I haven't read the second and third one yet. So I thought this one would be pretty fun to get from the used bookstore. Then I got, so I read Beartown by Frederick Bachman a while back. I loved it so much that we read it with our book club, and so I read it again, and I absolutely loved it, and I've never read the rest of the series, so I had them all on my want list, and the third one came in, The Winners, and it's in like this gorgeous hardcover copy. Like, it's in really, really great condition. It's so pretty. You'd really never know that this was used. And the greatest thing about that used bookstore is that all of the books in the whole store are used, and so every book is half off of the back price, but if you bring in any donated books or anything, you get half off of that price. So because I have like buyback credit there, basically if the book was $30, then it would be $15 would be their normal price, and then I would get it for $7.50, which is just such a great way to build my collection, to reuse books, and to support local used bookstores, support my area. I just love it. I love it there. It's like we really only have the two local bookstores around us. So there's the one that I work at and then that one, and there aren't like many more in this immediate area. So I just love stopping in and supporting both of them, obviously, as I can. So then the last book that I got was The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. I love Christina Lauren, and obviously, as you guys know, I just read In the Holidays. And I really loved that one, and I enjoyed that one. And pretty much every Christina Lauren book I've read, I've really enjoyed. So I'm always excited to get a new one. So I had this one on my want list as well, and they called me to tell me that they all came in. So that's so exciting. I just wanted to show you guys these couple books that I just got from my used bookstore. Also, I wanted to show you guys, I got something from the store the other day, and I've been so obsessed with these that I literally had to go back and get more, because the first time I went, I only got two, and I got two different flavors, and I had to go back. So these Chobani Flip yogurts have me obsessed. Like, I could not stop thinking about them after I tried them, so I went back and got more. I actually really love this red velvet flavor. And then I also got the cookies and cream flavor to try, because I just feel like cookies and cream is like one of my favorite classic flavors. Like, I feel like it's never really done wrong. So I got this one to try, and I love this red velvet one. I'm so excited to eat that. It's actually 2:00 now here, and I have not had lunch yet, so I'm so hungry. So I'm gonna put all of my groceries away and then make myself some lunch, and then we'll see what I'm doing after that.